A Madison Baptist pastor has a court date, but still no criminal charges after we reported that police have finished an investigation and recommended first-degree child sexual assault charges against him.
The state permanently pulled his child care license for safety reasons. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles broke that story, and she explains his denomination, why it makes it so hard for there to be accountability. Naomi?
Brady, that's exactly right. 4 years ago, and another investigative reporter at the Houston Chronicle exposed how hundreds of Southern Baptist pastors were moving from church to church despite criminal charges or otherwise very credible allegations of sexual abuse. At Midvale Baptist Church in Madison, Pastor Bob Stein has kept preaching, something that Robert Downen at the Texas Tribune tells me was a fundamental pattern within the denomination for years.
But they've also more recently, in 2022, released an audit of their executive committee, the leadership body, that found for 20 plus years, the leaders of the SBC had really been, a small group of leaders had been suppressing the reports of abuse survivors about the extent of the abuse crisis in the denomination.
Downen described the SBC's approach to fixing the issues that the Houston Chronicle exposed as piecemeal, an approach that lined up with the way church officials responded to me when I approached them with our investigation into this local pastor. My full conversation with Robert airs this Sunday on For the Record at 10:30.
How did he and others react when they told him that you were reporting this?
Well, I visited the pastor. He didn't have a lot to say. He sent me to the criminal defense attorney. But I think one of the most interesting responses was when I called the local Southern Wisconsin Baptist Association that this church in Madison belongs to. And I talked directly to the head of that organization. And he didn't want to talk to me, right? I called him. He's like, we're not commenting on this. You got to go to the church. There, even though this church pays dues to this organization, to this director, he doesn't have anything to do with that. It's their decision. He's not interfering. He doesn't want to talk about it. And I ended up having to go outside the Southern Baptist group and go to a theology professor to even answer basic questions like, how is there no accountability for this pastor?
Yeah, I remember that. And I also have to wonder, what was the reaction from religious circles to your reporting?
So the reporter I talked to that you just heard from, he still has a major following within religious circles within the SBC because of his extensive reporting on this. He ended up sharing our reporting, as well as the theology professor that I talked to. And what we're hearing is discouragement. The fact that this reporting shows that not much has been done. And, what they know is that they have alerted SBC officials about what's going on in Madison, but I haven't heard of anything being done yet.
Well, hopefully something will be. And more at Sunday at 5:30, Sunday For the Record at 10:30.
Watch at 10:30.
Got it. Thanks, Naomi.
Yes.